Welcome back to Med School Dreams, the podcast where we help you navigate the wild journey to becoming a doctor. I'm Dr. Khanna, medical school admissions expert, provides valuable guidance on how to answer the pivotal question, why do you want to be a doctor, during medical school interviews. Acknowledging the anxiety applicants face today, we're diving into a topic that's make or break for so many aspiring physicians, the medical school interview. Specifically, how to nail one of the most common and trickiest questions you're going to face. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get started. Picture this. You've spent years, grinding away to build that perfect med school application. The late-night study sessions, the volunteer hours, the shadowing, the MCAT prep, it's all led you to this moment. You've got your interview, invite in hand, and you're sitting across from an admissions officer at the school of your dreams. Your palms are sweaty, your heart's racing just a little, but you're starting to find your groove. The conversation's flowing, you're feeling good, and then it happens. The interviewer leans forward, looks you right in the eye, and says, "Why do you want to be a doctor?" First off, let's talk about why this question is such a big deal. It's not just a formality, it's the heart of your interview. Med schools aren't just looking for smart people with good grades. They want to know who you are, what drives you, and why you're ready to take on one of the toughest careers out there. But here's the catch. Almost every applicant says some version of "I want to help people." And while that's a noble sentiment, don't get me wrong, it's not enough. It's too vague, too safe, too, well, boring. The interviewers heard it 100 times before your 9 a.m. slot. So how do you stand out? How do you avoid sounding like everyone else? The trick is to get personal, specific, unique. Your "why do you want to be a doctor?" answer shouldn't just be about medicine in general. It should be about your story. Think about it. What's the moment, or maybe the series of moments, that brought you here? Was it watching a family member struggle with an illness and feeling that spark of wanting to step in? Was it a volunteer experience where you saw medicine bridge a gap you didn't even know existed? Or maybe it was something totally unexpected, like a biology class that blew your mind and made you realize you could spend your life solving puzzles with a stethoscope. For example, when I was 17, my dad was diagnosed with blood cancer. I spent a lot of time in the hospital with him, watching the doctors work. One day, his oncologist sat us down and explained his treatment plan. Not just the science, but how they'd fight for him step by step. I saw my dad's shoulders relax for the first time in weeks. That doctor didn't just treat his body, he gave us hope. I realized then how noble this profession is, how it's about carrying someone through their darkest moments. It was that moment that I decided to become a doctor. So, if you're feeling a little nervous about acing your med school interviews, and who isn't, we've got your back. Today's episode is all about helping you craft a "why do you want to be a doctor?" response that's not just good, but unforgettable. We're talking about putting your best foot forward, showing them the real you, and walking out of that interview room knowing you've left a mark. Because this is it. Just one last hurdle between you and that white coat you've been dreaming about. That's all for today's episode of Med School Dreams. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe, share it with your pre-med buddies, and drop us a review. Next time, we'll be tackling another big interview question. Stay tuned. Until then, keep chasing that white coat. I'm Dr. Khan, and I'll catch you in the next one.